couple years ago, I learned about the importance of deep breathing. So many of us are stressed out, fearful, we have worry and anxiety. And because of that, we began to breathe shallow breaths. And all that weakens our immune system, weakens our body. But deep breathing really helps open up the lungs, helps your body to circulate the blood better. There's so many benefits. It also stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system to help your body relax and to help your body balance out hormone levels and so many other things. Some time ago, I came across Wim Hof in my learning about deep breathing, and I really enjoyed doing his exercises for deep breathing, and I'll even do the cold showers that he recommends as well, because when you get in that cold shower in the morning, it really causes you to take that deep breath in, because it's like, whoa, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. And some of you may remember a couple months ago when we went to visit the Rhodes, Justin Rhodes, I did the polar plunge with him, which is another Wim Hof thing, and it is so beneficial to your body. Well, the past couple days, we've had a lot of rain, and I haven't been able to work outside and do the things that need to be done. And as a result of that, I haven't been outside getting the good vitamin D that all of our bodies needs. We need to get outside on a regular basis, because that too boosts and strengthens your immune system. So today, it's still muddy out here, but we're gonna be doing some work in the greenhouse. I forgot to mention, for any of you who are looking for an aid to help you to learn to do deep breathing, I recommend the Wim Hof app, or you can go with the Calm app. Both of those have really good programs within them that can help you learn to do deep breathing properly. Well, today, what we're gonna do is, look at all our tomato plants here on this side, interplanted with some cilantro. That'll make some really good pico de gallo. What we need to do is we need to prune these, as well as connect them to our Tama Hooks for setting them up to do hard pruning. So I need to do that setup, as well as, pardon me, we have a number of other tomato plants that need to be planted, and we're gonna do the same setup over here. But we got our work cut out for us. So we're definitely gonna need a team today. Not gonna be a solo job today. Maybe a Han Solo, but not a solo. And there's Selah.
Hi.
So Selah, if you could go ahead and get my drill. We're gonna need to drill some holes in the hoop so I can connect the wire to go across. Last year we did a similar setup in the caterpillar tunnel, but I want to do it here this year. So you get the drill, I'm gonna go get the wire.
Yes, sir.
Bang! If I'm Han Solo, who are you? You're not sure? Actually, I prefer Luke Skywalker. He's always my favorite. Let me know.
I'll be your sister, Leia.
You'll be my sister? Good, that's a better choice. I'll be Luke Skywalker. Let me know in the comment section below, who is your favorite Star Wars character? So right now here in our caterpillar tunnel, we have radishes interplanted with some peppers that are growing, as well as lettuce that have gotten a number of cuttings off of. But this week we're going to be getting rid of it, especially in this bed here. But we're going to save a portion of it because I want to save the seed from it. But I'll talk about that another time. But in here is where we did our tomatoes last year. And we had the wire that we ran across through here and had a hole drilled into it. However, one of the problems that I was noticing with the caterpillar tunnel is whenever we would have heavy rains, the water would build up right here in the plastic. It's just the way this caterpillar plastic, and they're not being as super tight as a greenhouse. It just allowed water to sit there. So one of the things that I would do differently, if I was going to do the tomatoes in here again, which I'm totally not ruling out doing tomatoes again in here, is I would take some type of ring and run the ring through the hoop and then the wire through the ring, so that way it would create enough space with our in between the plastic and the wire, so that way the water wouldn't sit. But it just sucked having to come out here every time it would be raining and push the water up and out so it would come over. because if you let that water, too much water sit, it'll just bring the whole thing down. So right now we're just going to go ahead and pull this out. Thankfully for my first hole, it's already pre-drilled. It was actually a mistake from when I was putting in these 2x4s there. But we're gonna go ahead and use it to run our wire off of, and it should be a perfect distance for going all the way across for our tomatoes to hang on. These little hooks just hold the wire in place. Don't know what they're called, but they work great. Alrighty, have our drill bit in place. It's getting hot in here. Let's take this off. Don't worry, I have a shirt on, another shirt on and under here. Alrighty, so as we're going through this, I want to let you guys know, especially those of you who are newer to the channel, I am not a how-to guy, especially when it comes to building things. So what I'm sharing with you is sharing with you what I'm doing, and at the same time maybe giving you some ideas, but it's not a how-to of how we're doing this. You may find out how not to do it, but it's not a how-to.
Wood.
Buenos dias.
Good morning.
Just in time to help.
Yay.
Could you give me a hand? I got this tarp here. We're gonna use it to cover over the tomato plant so I'm not dropping any scrap metal when I'm drilling through there.
That's a good idea.
Onto the bed. So ideally, this farmer guy should have come through and pre-drilled the holes before we had any of this set up, but I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't know either. I don't know. He wasn't thinking, that's what it was.
Like I said, sometimes it may be ideas on what not to do. All right, we got it up there. It's not perfect, but it's up there now. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of slack in it, just in case. I don't think we'll need the rings, like I was mentioning in the caterpillar tunnel, just because this plastic is tighter and we can pull it even tighter. And I do plan to come through and add a 1x6 so I can create a, where I can roll up the side. Still need to do that, so that's a project for another day. But I think we should be good to go. We'll go ahead and take this plastic, take it out, use the magnet. Where's that magnet? Where's that magnet? There it is. Use the magnet right here and just kind of get some of the scrap metal off and put it away. Should be good to go. And Lacie, if you go ahead and start doing the first pruning on these tomatoes, that would be great.
They need it.
While Lacie is pruning, I'm gonna be over here helping the kids. There we go.
No.
So you can see here what all I was able to get off. So I'm still just going to be extra careful and take the tarp and just shake it off in the dumpster. But I think we got most of it right here.
Well, it's been a few weeks since we planted our tomatoes here in the greenhouse. And at the beginning, they were kind of slow going, slow to start, but within the past week, they've really taken off and they really need to be pruned. So if you don't know, you need to prune your tomatoes so they will produce more fruit, because if you've grown tomatoes before, then you know that they grow suckers, and suckers is almost like a whole new plant will shoot off, and that will drain your plant of the energy and that it needs to produce the fruit. So we want to cut those suckers off, and we're actually going to cut all the limbs off underneath where it's fruiting at. So if flowers are present, we're going to cut everything off, all the limbs below that, so it can put more energy into producing those fruit. So here is our first tomato plant. And as you can see, there's all kinds of suckers. Up here, it's already starting to flower. So we're going to cut everything off below where it's starting to flower right here. So here we go. Right there, I've taken all of these off. I'm just pulling the extra energy off. Here is our flowering branch, and it's going to continue to grow up, and you're going to have to continue to pull suckers off because they're going to grow right back in these places. So one down, about 25 more to go. And you don't always have to use a knife, but since I have so many to do, sometimes you get tired of just pinching them off. And it also produces like a smooth cut, and there's less damage to the plant that way as well. I also want to let you know that tomato plants are super resilient. I mean, you can almost kill them and they will come back. But another thing, if you do need more tomato plants and you were only able to, let's say if you had to buy them and you only bought one, or you had crop loss because of frost or something like that, what you can do is with these suckers, whenever you find a good one that's growing in here, like right here, you can cut this sucker off and see it's pretty much started a whole new little plant. You can take this and plant it directly into the ground, and it will start rooting, and you'll have a whole new tomato plant. So if you haven't ever done that before, I suggest you try it, because you know it works the vast majority of the time. And I'm just going to keep on keeping on with these, because we don't need any more tomato plants. I have too many right now. I've been giving them away. Another thing that you're probably going to run into whenever you're pruning your tomatoes is your tomato plant may look something like this. There's not really one true plant that's coming up. I guess this one or this one you're going to have to choose. So in this situation, what you want to do is you want to pick the part of the plant that's growing the straightest, and you're going to cut the rest of that off. And I know it's painful to do it, but I'm promising you, you will have more tomatoes in the long run if you do that, and it'll be easier to pick, and it'll just make life easier for you later on if you go ahead and cut these suckers off and prune these tomatoes back. And like I said before, if you need another plant, you can always take that one that you cut off, stick it in the ground, and it'll start growing you a whole new plant.
Alright, so since Lacie gave you a little more how-to advice than I planned to give you, it's just a bonus for you guys. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm just pulling this tarp that is also covering the walkway just on the outside of this greenhouse here, and I'm pulling it through so that way I can create a weed barrier right along the perimeter here, and we can get some better weed control going here. Then after I have that done, then we can move on, put our wire in. up here on this side, and then fill this up with soil and get some more tomatoes planted in here. So we have the weeds, aka unwanted plants, out of there, and now they're going to be going to the chickens. And while we were there, I also found some volunteer comfrey. We're just going to transplant that right into our permaculture orchard. But Selah, if you could go ahead and start up the lawn tractor and bring it on over. We're going to take this and dump it with the chickens and ducks, let them have a nice salad buffet today. And then we're gonna get some blocks to put on the perimeter of the greenhouse in there where we just put the tarp down. She's gotten going forward now. Working on going backwards in reverse. She's got it. Getting there. That's good enough, I can fix it. We gotta work on that, don't we? All right, go ahead. Forward. All right, next pull the lawn tractor on around. We're gonna get some of the blocks and add them to the greenhouse. All right, so it's definitely warming up in here now for sure. Lacey's over here putting out the Tama Hooks for our tomatoes here, and finished for the most part putting the cat block on, and now comes the even more of a workout of adding compost to it, because I went ahead and already drilled holes in the hoops and put the wire through, as you just saw. So now comes the fitness part even more.
Okay, I've already started stringing up the Tama Hooks, and what these are is they are a string that we're going to attach to the base of our tomato plant, and then this wire that Mike ran right up here, we attach the other end to the wire, and our tomato plants are going to grow up the string, and we're going to prune them as we go on, as the season continues. So Selah is going to help me get these all strung up once she gets back from getting some water, because it is hot in this greenhouse. And you want to see something? Let me show you. Who are you?
Micah.
What are you?
A ninja.
A ninja?
And Micah.
And Micah. Oh, wow. You got some moves, don't you? Selah has returned from getting herself some water. Are you ready?
Yeah.
She's not super excited about being out here in the heat, which, you know, I really can't blame her. But, oh no, the ninja, he's going again. So Selah, come over here, and I'm going to get you to untie these tomahawks that are on this metal piece so I can start tying them to the tomato plant. Okay, now that Selah has untied this for me, so I unwrap it just a little bit to have some yardage, I guess you could say. And then you come down here and you tie it, or this is what I do. I just tie it to the bottom of my tomato plant. And I don't do it super tight. I let the knot kind of get tight out further from the plant. And then I just wrap it around. Make sure you don't knock off your flowers or you're going to knock off your fruit. There we go. And then we just have it. And we undo it and hang it right up there. If there's a little bit of slack, I just kind of wind it like that. And that's how it's done. And now we just have about 20 more of these to do.
Alright, so now that we have this side filled with compost, Lacie and Selah are adding tomato plants in here. And I want to say, it's not perfect, it's not level in here, but you know what? We're growing more food, and that's the main thing. And for those of you who are wanting to do the same, don't worry about everything being all perfect and fancy and all whatever else you want to call it. Just start growing and growing more food. Well, we still have our work cut out for us. We have a number of plants that really need to be transplanted right now. We have squash, we have okra, we have pepper, we have peppers, we have watermelon. There's just so many things on the table. More flowers. We need to get it herbs. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we have 50 meat birds coming this week from Murray McMurray Hatchery. Yes, we're going to be starting our very first batch of meat birds to grow meat for our family. That's pretty exciting. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We got to get back to work because I want to get this job done. So we'll have to catch you later. So if you enjoy the things that we show you in our videos and enjoy the work that we're doing, feel free to share what we're doing, share our videos with some of your friends and family. Tell them about the Fit Farmer and Fam. We'll see you next time.